Today we are in Austin, Texas, and it's hard to believe this is the same state we almost froze to death in the other day.
We're Lauren and Daniel, two city kids living in an Airstream despite having zero RV experience prior to our move-in date 6 months ago. We're traveling to all 50 states, but we've been in Texas way longer than expected. With the Texas freeze behind us, we figured the responsible thing to do was to get a checkup for the Airstream at the nearest dealer. But if you've been following our journey, you know if we're doing something responsible, we're probably coupling it with something a little crazy. We're getting Airstream tattoos with our friend Bill. I decided to get mine on my foot and was curious about how much that was going to hurt.
Well, it's gonna hurt less than having a kid.
All right, deal.
It's always a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks great. You like that?
Uh-huh.
Cool. How you feeling?
Yep, I'm a little nervous, but I'm good. Officially have an RV on my foot.
Who's the next victim? So Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about those other tattoos you got there?
So I have 11 and 6 of them are with friends. We have matching tattoos.
I love it. I think that's perfect. How you feeling? Good.
You ready?
Ready?
Let's see that forearm.
Are you excited?
So excited. First tattoo. Now,
Your first one?
no.
And just like that, 3 friends who met on a rescue flight back to the US in the middle of a pandemic were bonded for life with Airstream tattoos.
Since it's Austin, we are keeping it weird.
And what better way to celebrate than by visiting something Austin is famous for? Food trucks. And of course, this one just happens to be an Airstream.
Welcome to Hey Cupcake, the Airstream.
Hey. Some Airstream on Airstream on Airstream. What's going on here?
Hey, red velvet cupcake, please. Hello, red velvet. Hey, look, I found a mural that matches my cupcake. Ooh. Look how beautiful that is. Airstream-tastic. It's definitely tastier because it was made in an Airstream.
Here we go. Red velvet, the best flavor cupcake ever. If you can think of a better flavor than red cupcake, please comment below because this one is a winner. Oh, look. It's really good. It's not messy at all. Got something on my face.
The murals in Austin are wonderful. With more than 80 throughout the city, they are bold, funky, fun, and diverse. They're literally a perfect picture of all that Austin is.
Allen's Boots is basically Austin famous. It's supposed to be the biggest selection of the best boots all of Austin, so we're excited to check it out. Shoe heaven! So pretty! Look at all that
Meanwhile, on another aisle,
I feel like I need some spurs on the backs.
Daniel is getting very serious about fulfilling his boot dream. But our puppy friend isn't quite so sure.
Because I think, see?
Now feel free to take these steps around and make sure everything's okay. Yes, ma'am. This one just came out.
All wears running shoes. This is the big step. Dunzos.
Love it.
My boot expert here helped to select the perfect pair.
And they're like, wow, chef's kiss, beautiful.
Big reveal here, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Look at that 360. We're getting a 360 in action here.
After our boot buying experience, it was time to head back to our campground, Pecan Grove RV Park, which if you're going to RV in Austin, we highly recommend. Not only is it locally owned and beautiful, it's in the heart of the city, an easy walking distance to awesome bars and restaurants, food trucks, shops, pretty much anything you can think of. But tomorrow is a big day because it's time to make sure we didn't do too much damage to our Airstream in the Texas freeze.
All right, we're hooked up. We're heading out of Austin. We're headed over to Airstream of Austin just to do some last minute checks before we head out west. After that last storm, we want to make sure everything is in tip-top shape.
I'm not going to lie, walking around with an Airstream tattoo done yesterday on my foot and helping Daniel get the Airstream prep to go is pretty miserable.
The Airstream dealership is only about 30 minutes outside of the city in a town called Buda. Once we got there, it was pretty simple. We unhitched, gave them the keys, and set off to Wanderlocal.
Now that we've dropped off the Airstream, we're gonna just go grab some coffee because we got there early and no coffee or tea has gotten on board today, which is really a personal problem. The Airstream dealership is just gonna give us a call when they've had the chance to check her out and let us know what our next steps are.
Need coffee.
Ready to take on the day.
Buda, Texas is a super cute, quaint little town with lots of local shops to explore. But with the sun shining, we wanted to take advantage of the last little bit of time we had in Austin. So we headed back to the city for lunch and kayaking on Lady Bird Lake.
In the true spirit of Austin, I am keeping it weird and have officially gotten rid of my shoes. My freaking foot hurts too bad to put my shoes on. So yes, this is gross, but keeping it weird. So we just got our food at Citizen Eatery, and they are known for having one of the best vegan burgers in Austin because they make their burgers homemade. So I'm really excited about trying this. And then we got a dairy-free queso, which is very, very tasty. And then Daniel got a barbecue sandwich, which is obviously super appropriate for Austin. Yum!
Barbecue, goodness.
After a delicious lunch, we drove to Zilker Metropolitan Park, which is a must-see when you visit Austin. The views of the city are breathtaking. But just past the park is Rowing Dock, a local, woman-owned and operated business on Lady Bird Lake, where you can simply show up any day of the week and rent a kayak, canoe, or stand-up paddleboard. And you really don't have to make any reservations because, well, they have that many boats. Kayaking on Lady Bird Lake was by far one of the most relaxing things we have done in Texas so far. But it wasn't long before we got the phone call.
The Airstream is ready.
He'd be crazy, y'all.
My parents are gonna be so mad when they see this. Time to go pick up the Airstream. We just got back to Airstream of Austin to pick up our Airstream. Everything checked out okay. So at this point, we've got the green light, we're ready to hit the road again, and we're headed to Fredericksburg. Is it Fredericksburg?
It's Fredericksburg.
True story, we travel so often that sometimes I forget where we're going, where we've been, where we're at. That's just part of traveling full time.
I'm backing up the truck now. Okay, putting it into drive. You get the entire play by play. I just realized I forgot to get gas. That was bad.
Don't worry, we have enough gas to get to the gas station. But we do always try to remember to fill up before hitching up. It makes your life so much easier in the long run. But no stress. We're just thrilled that our Airstream is ready for our next adventure. And if you love wine like I do, you do not want to miss our next video because we're exploring Texas wine country in Fredericksburg, Texas. Subscribe and click the bell to make sure you're notified when it previews next Sunday. Until then.
Maybe you were inspired by this and you're going to get your own version of an Airstream tattoo. Austin, we'll never forget you.